Hi, I'm Grant Smith with Aqualink Pools and Spas. Today we have the pleasure of having Jayme Dykes from Universal Cement in here. Jayme, it's great to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited to be here. You guys have been doing a really cool thing with this Ask the Masters. I kind of follow along, and then when I got asked to actually be on the show, it was quite an honor. So thank you for having me.
Well, great. Glad to have you here. I use your product, Universal White Cement. I've used especially the commercial white quartz. I've used it on a couple pools where the homeowner specifically wanted like a white plaster, not a pebble or microfusion or anything. And you wanted to use that white commercial quartz because it's a really complex project and we're cantilevering it off a hill. So I didn't want to ever have to replaster in the next 20 years or so.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about the commercial white quartz and what's in it, and then also about some of your other products.
Sure. So the commercial quartz is just one of our many products. Universal White Cement is really the foundation of all of our products. Back in the 90s when the big cement crisis happened and we had all these failing pools, my boss, Randy Lillenquist, he was a pool plasterer, so he wanted to create a cement that was not only strong and durable, but also super great for the installers, great workability, trowelability. So that's kind of how Universal White Cement got its start. From there, he just started adding the different aggregates as time evolved. You had Finest Finish White, which was our marble plaster blend, and then through the years, quartz, pebbles, the different types of technologies he would adapt to them by pre-blending our cement with those different types of aggregates. So in particular, the commercial quartz that you're using is a blend of our universal cement, which has pozzolan and polymer additives to strengthen it up, an ultra white marble sand, and a quartz aggregate. So, when you're comparing to a traditional pool plaster, when you're using a standard cement pool mix, you're getting probably around 3,500 or 4,000 PSI strength. Because we pre-blend our products with our universal cement and additives, we're getting products like the commercial quartz, which is close to like 9,600 PSI strength,
Wow.
which is insane.
Yeah.
So the pozzolans really take out the porosity of these finishes and keep them super watertight and less
Right.
prone to chemical attack. So
Right.
that's kind of the beauty. We call it the magic is in the mix, because
Right.
we take all these ingredients and mix them together for you, so you don't have to worry about it at all.
Right, and that's the great thing is like a lot of plasters or pebble plasters. You have to like use this many bags of pebble, this many bags of cement, and everything, and mix it all in a mixer.
Right.
Your product's all pre-blended, so it comes all in one bag, and you just mix it with water, and you're good to go. Correct?
Yeah. So we call it a job site mix. When
Right.
you're getting the recipes, a couple bags of black, couple bags of white, this many bags of cement. There's some room for error there. With our products, we take the cement, we take the aggregate. If there's glass in the finish, we take the glass, the abalone shell, everything aside from the pigment, and we put it in one bag. So when your applicator is getting it, there's no guesswork. He's putting 12 bags of that material plus the pigment. He's getting the batches, and also the homeowner is really assured that what we're saying is going in the mixer is actually going in the mixer. So.
Right, yeah, and that's the great thing, I think, especially your microfusion. Those pebbles are just so small. How do you guys get those things as small as they are with the microfusion? Is it just your process that you do at the plant, or?
Right. So we have a quarry that the micro pebble comes from, and the really what makes that micro product work and why we're the only ones that have a micro product this far is because of the cement. We have to have a high performance cement to hold those rocks in and
Right.
keep them from washing out. And if you don't have that, you're going to have a product that doesn't work as well. So
Right.
we've really captured the market with our micro pebble finishes. They're very unique. They're one of a kind. You always have those homeowners who they want that strength and durability of the pebble finish,
Right.
but they always have that friend or cousin or somebody that has a
Sure.
crappy pebble pool
Right.
finish that scratched up their feet,
Right.
which we know it shouldn't be like that, but that's kind of what we're dealing with in the market.
Sure.
So these micro pebble products really hit that niche and give these homeowners something with that
Right.
less texture, but still the strength and durability that they're looking for.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. It's like the biggest complaint I hear all the time too is, oh, my friend has it scratches up her feet, and I'm like, well, with microfusion is a lot different. It's a really nice texture.
Right.
It's just it's there just enough. It's there just enough because you feel it on your
Yeah.
feet, but it's not rough or anything like that. So that's what's really nice about your product. with the
Yeah, it
microfusion.
definitely puts mind at ease
Right.
with that smoother texture, but still being able to get the pebble product.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and going back to your commercial white quartz cement, anytime I've seen the plastic, the trawlers put it on, it just lays on so creamy.
Yeah.
So they just enjoy it and really have a good time, putting it on. So
Yes.
it just comes out like the finish is just incredible on all your products. So.
Yeah, we have an interesting phenomenon. Like the installers who start to use universal white cement never want to turn back because it's
Right.
got such great workability, trowelability. It gives them that extra time to work if they need it, and they just really enjoy it. So I always find that people will try to switch or go to a different company that doesn't use
Yeah.
the same cement, and then they're like, oh, they miss the universal cement. It's kind of like an addiction
Right.
for these installers. So we've had great success with our pre-blends because it's allowed installers that might not use our cement to get a chance to use
Right.
our cement within our pre-blends as well.
Right. Yeah, and that's why the strength of your concrete, going back to that, like 9,600 psi.
Right.
That's really incredible for plaster because, like
Yeah.
you said, everybody thinks plaster's waterproof, and for some reason in our industry, either a lot of pool guys have said, "Oh, plaster's waterproof." As we know, plaster's not waterproof.
Right.
But at 9,600 psi, that's getting watertight. Pretty watertight right there.
Right. So the beauty is really in the pozzolan. So when you're mixing cement with water, that creates calcium hydroxide, and those compounds are super porous. So if you think about it, there's gaps in the cement.
Right.
And what the pozzolans do is they kind of fill those voids in. So they're making the product less, it's more dense, and then it's less susceptible to chemical attack. So if the chemicals can't get in
Right.
there as well, then they're not going to deteriorate the finish as fast. And that's really where all the magic comes in, is with the pozzolans.
Right, absolutely. Like in Italy, they've had pools
Right.
there for centuries.
Right.
They're still there and they don't leak water because
Yes.
they use pozzolans.
I know.
From there. So that's really incredible that you guys incorporated that into your mixes. So
Yep.
yeah. So you also have something called radiant fusion.
Right,
Right.
so-
That's your glass fusion. Do you have glass beads in there?
Yeah,
Correct?
so Radiant Fusion, we take our micro pebble product and we combine that with 25% Pebble Radiance glass bead. It's a couple different colors of blue and a white iridescent. So you get this super cool blend of blue glass. It also has abalone shell blended straight into the bag, as does the micro fusion as well. But with that finish, everything again comes in one bag. The installers
Right.
are taking that 12 bags plus the pigment and creating the finish. And the beauty of that is when we're selling a product that has 25% glass,
Right.
there's actually 25%
25%.
glass in there. It doesn't
Right.
give the ability for a job site mix where they're
Right.
adding whatever portion of glass is at their discretion. They
Right.
might broadcast it. We want to truly know what's going into that mix.
Right.
So we just put it in there ourselves.
Right. Oh, awesome. So going back to your installers, I know you have a certified installer program and a warranty. What does that incorporate?
Right. So our certified installer program is a little bit different because we're set by distribution. I usually like to send one of our trainers up on the first job that an installer does. So myself or one of the trainers will go up there and oversee and make sure everything goes well. And then from there, if somebody's calling and asking for installers in the area, we can refer you and let them know that you're well versed in our product. The second part to that question
The
was
warranty,
Oh,
yeah.
warranty.
Which everybody always wants to know about the warranty.
Yeah. So our warranty, we have a 7-year warranty on all of our
Right.
pre-blends. And how our warranty differentiates, most warranties are on an aggregate, and
Right.
rocks, as we know, last for millions and millions of years. They're not
Right.
usually the failing component of a finish. So what we do, because we put all the ingredients in one bag, we're warranting everything that comes in the bag. So the cement, the aggregate, the abalone shell, the
Wow.
glass, if there's a failure with any of those, we know that it came from us. You're
Right.
not taking cement from this,
Right.
aggregate from here, and then trying to have to figure out what component failed. We're just lumping it all together and warranting it all because we know where it came from and we know we put it in the bag.
Great. Now, quick question for you. Now, do you do like custom colors sometimes? Would a pool contractor be able to go ahead and have a custom pigment color made with your with your product, or?
So what typically happens, all of our products come in a white base. So say you're getting it from distribution or the installer gets the product, it's got the aggregate, you know, all the ingredients in the bag, and then it's a white base and they're adding the pigments to create the different colors. We run into it all the time where, you know, somebody's like, I want a purple pool, or, you know, I want something out of the ordinary. Our products do allow for a little bit of diversity because you can add different pigments, not always warrantyable depending on where you're getting your pigments from, but there is definite possibility to change things up and create something new with that.
Right, and go back to like distribution. Who do you guys go through?
So right now we're working with a lot of the NPT, SCP, SPP branches, especially a lot locally here in Southern California, over in Texas a little bit, Nevada. A little bit of Arizona as well. So that would be the main way. We also do sell direct, but preferably going through one of those branches. They usually have everything in the system, so you can go right to them and ask for pricing or whatever it is.
Right. So if someone was in Florida or even, you know, Connecticut or something, could they still contact you and have some products shipped over to you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we can either sell direct or hook them up with their local branch and get them what they need. Absolutely.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So, well, it's been a pleasure having you here. I believe in your product. I think it's as a cement guy, you know, it's awesome to see how well that stuff trials on and how durable it is, and then also how strong it is. So appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next go around.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.